State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo don express readiness for administration to collaborate with National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) to tackle disaster management for the state. The governor wey receive NEMA delegation wey dey led by Director in charge of South-South Zonal Directorate, Godwin Tepiko, tok say the administration need to partner with the agency to prepare to tackle any disaster for the state. Governor Okpebholo tok say the administration dey very active and e no go wait for disaster to happen first before they tackle am, but rather they go plan ahead, especially for this season, to protect the people of Edo State against disaster. As na come, e dey very timely, especially for this season, and they look forward to get meeting with the agency because a lot of disaster go come and we need to prepare to tackle them before it happen. We need to prepare to tackle them well.
Your coming is very timely, especially at this season. I was thinking of having a meeting with the secretary so that we can find a way out because a lot of disaster is awaiting us, especially this period. I've also looked around. There's no reason that we can prepare for the future, especially in the area of disaster. We are looking into that. You have made some points, and those points are very important. You have also talked about hosting the convention. So these are areas that we need to sit down and look at it carefully, then give you a timeline. So when we can also let you know, just come so that we can have a discussion before the event is properly. I will sit down with my team and fix a time we will invite you. Come and brief us very well. You know we are new to the office. We have not much ideas about how it works right now. So to invite you privately again so we can have a chat. I want to say big welcome to Edo State and thank you for coming.
The director in charge of South-South Zonal Directorate, National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA), Godwin Tepiko, tok say e dey government house for courtesy visits so that e go dey familiar with the governor as the head of disaster management for Edo State. He thanked the governor for the support wey they don give the operation office for the state, where don help them to dey efficient and to do their work well for disaster management for Edo State. The director of NEMA tok say the body would like to collaborate with Edo State government for disaster management because the agency no go fit do am alone. He notes say the South-South Disaster Management Summit they don host am for several other states across the country and it don get plenty benefits. So they encourage the state make they still host am and to invite plenty professionals wey go discuss issues wey connect to disaster for the region.
My mission to you, sir, is to familiarize myself with you as a policymaker and the head of disaster management in Edo State. I know that the State Emergency Management Agency is a creation of legislation in Edo State. And that could not have been possible without the assent of the government. Sir, we want to appreciate you for all the efforts you have given to the new operations office. The National Emergency Management Agency, as you are aware, is a creation of legislation. The agency is the foremost agency in charge of disaster management in Nigeria. And it was established by Act 12, as amended by Act 50 of 1999 Constitution. In order to strengthen that effort, our current DG, Mrs. Zubaida Umar, established zonal directorates. You recall, Your Excellency, sir, that in the past, what we had as a structure was the South-South Zonal Office in Port Harcourt, covering the 6 states of the South-South region. And at that time, it was difficult to promptly respond to disasters. Imagine traveling from Port Harcourt to Benin to respond to disaster. A lot of losses would have happened in the process. And therefore, in the wisdom of the teaching and the management team, decided to decentralize disaster management activities across the country by creating 6 zonal directorates, one of which is the South-South Zonal Directorate, that coordinates, directs, and supervises disaster management activities within the region. And in South-South Zonal Territory here, we have 6 operations offices. We have the Port Harcourt Operations Office, covering Bayelsa and Rivers State. We have the Benin, used to be the Operations Office, and the new structure is now the Benin Operations Office, in charge of Delta and the State. And we now have the recent office established in Rio, covering Akwa Ibom and Cross River State. The idea is to bring disaster management closer to the people and reduce the time spent during response, so that a lot of effort will be made in ensuring that losses are reduced as much as possible. Your Excellencies, we also want to inform you that it's important that there is collaboration, because disaster management is a multi-stakeholder, a multidisciplinary endeavor, and no one agency can do it alone. That's why we are happy that the state has been able to make it possible for NEMA to have an operations office in the district. We are very grateful for that. And in doing that, Your Excellency, we cannot do it alone. We have stakeholders that we work with. And these stakeholders, critical of which is the State Emergency Management Agency.
My name is Naruna Agbara, reporting for Oberland TV.